It's been one hell of a lazy morning so far. I mean it. I haven't done any conscious activity whatsoever. I haven't actually gone out to try and get any steps in. No biking, nothing so far today. So I right now am at 130 calories of activity, and I assume that's from walking around the house, grabbing a coffee, whatever it might be. So we're gonna have to put in some effort here soon. It's just after 1 o'clock. I've been working. I am about to have my first meal of the day so far. You guys might remember this from, I think it was 2 nights ago, we actually had these and ended up having leftovers. This is essentially a queso chicken burrito. Let me cut this open so you can actually see the inside a little bit here. You can see jam packed with chicken goodness, covered with a little bit of queso. Oh, yeah. This burrito right here, 500 calories, just short. I think it's 497. I'll put it here. 497 and 62 grams of protein. Very good start to the day. Very good start. A little light. I might grab a little extra something to go alongside this, but so far today, all I have had is coffee with a splash of Ripple. So we're talking like 25 calories so far today. And then this. What I think we're going to do is I have a meeting coming up in just 15 minutes. I don't know if you heard that notification. That is to let me know I have a meeting in 15 minutes. I'm gonna hit that, and then immediately after, I think we're gonna head outside. And by gosh, by golly, I think I'm gonna go on a jog. As crazy as that is, I think I'm gonna go on a jog. Maybe it won't be the whole time. We'll touch base, see what it actually ends up becoming. But a little bit of jogging and a lot of bit of walking as well, because yeah, we got to get in some activity, and it'll be nice to get out in the sun, enjoy it. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna enjoy this, get to my meeting, and yeah, we'll meet up here soon. Toodaloo. So we skipped yesterday. We skipped recording yesterday. But we got after it, not as hard as we normally would, which I'll be just completely straightforward with, and honesty. We burned like 600 calories, so did not even hit my non-negotiable. So what does that mean? Nothing. We get right back to it. The point is not to have an off day and say like, "Oh, I'll try again next week." No, today we get after it. So we're in here early before work, before everything. We're ready to freaking go. Today might be a diabolical leg day. That's what we're hoping for. By gosh, by golly, I'm gonna give myself this final week here before I retest my squat. My squat has been barbell back squat has been one of my weaker areas since January, and it's never been something that I've been like proud of and said this is one of my strong lifts. So it's something that I've definitely been working on. And outside of the squat, it appears that everything has gone up. So we're looking stronger in a lot of different areas. So that's very cool. So what I'm going to do now, get warmed up. Then we're going to hit some heavy leg press. We're going to get after it. Next time we hit 360. We'll shoot for 390 today. That's the next peg down. If not, we'll hit 370. But I don't see why not. Let's try for 390 today. See if we can rep that out. Get after it. Continue to lean down. Hitting that 1,000 calories today is going to be the biggest thing. I've had nothing. Nothing is in my system. We are working out 100% fasted just because we're in here early. Otherwise, we'd have something. But yeah, nothing. So let's get after it. 390. I think you can see the peg all the way down here. We are nearly maxing out full stack here. We're right there. I'd be lying if I said I'm not a little hesitant about this weight. Hopefully, we can hit this for at least a 6-piece. We'll see what happens. All right, we got 3. Not quite the 6 we were looking for, but I'm impressed. Honestly, that was a really big jump. What are my goals today? Definitely to go heavy, to hit new PRs, to get in really deep range of motions because we're trying to get that depth in our squat. I want to try and really hit depth in all the movements that I can today. So, going to be doing a few different things that maybe you haven't seen in a little while from me, but we're getting around it. We're going to be going heavy. whole goal, literally all day today, is going to be going heavy. Just because I want to make sure that I am ready to really put my best foot forward when we're trying out barbell back squat for the first time in a month after all of this. So hopefully it all comes together. I'm stronger in my squat, and then hopefully I can help you guys with what I learned throughout it as well. So that'd be awesome. And then what's the goal on the lean down and this whole thing? Not once have I ever wanted to just lean down. That's never been the goal. The goal has never been like I just want to be skinny. I want to look lean, but at least semi-shredded, I want to have that muscle on my frame. And I think we've done it. I think we've come a pretty long way from starting, I'll toss up like an old video or some old pictures and just to show you, like, the weight's definitely gone. 100% the weight's gone. But, like, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, even the legs, like, you can see it everywhere. It's just like when at rest and just chilling, I think you notice most that, like, the stomach is not as protruding and the chest is more protruding. As well as the shoulders. But nothing crazy. The shoulders, like, have not blown up or anything. They might be a bigger focus here soon. Maybe I will focus in on them and really start pushing them, see if I can get them to get a little more 3D. Should we add a little shoulders in here? Maybe we should do a little bit of shoulders. Give our legs a second every now and again. Let's do that. Alright, we're just going to do some shoulder press here. Try and stay relatively strict form with this. Keep ourselves right planted without too much excess movement, if possible. If possible. Am I afraid of the extra movement? No. But at least for the first few reps, really sticking in and trying to just focus on that shoulder press. Military press? Shoulder press. Starting with 80 today. Man, I think I picked the perfect weight. Alright, 370. Let's get after it. Whoa, man, 370 is feeling heavier than normal. Was that like 7? Shoot. Maybe that 390 really took it out of us. Frick. Alright, for the last set, I'm just going to drop it down to 365. So, 390, 370, 365. Gonna try and get at least 5 here, man. I know we're going a lot heavier than normal, but gotta try and rip out a few of these. Six. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Alright, I want to give this move a lot of credit with bringing up my leg strength, with helping me hit the depth that you need to for a really good conventional squat. And this is the simulated hack squat inside of a single kind of locked angle Smith machine. And so today, going for a PR. These are 45s on each side. when I started this, I started it with 25s. So if I can hit this today, we are absolutely moving in the right direction. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One more. Hell yeah. Oh. This is the beauty of if you're untrained or like new or detrained, I would say even, you have the chance to come in here, put in extra intensity that you haven't previously, and really take yourself to the next level pretty quickly. This is super cool to see. I can't believe it. I'm excited to finally hit 390 on leg press as well. Right there, we're knocking on it. Even if you've worked out in the past, like whatever it might be, you know, high school or something, and if it was just for like with the buddies and just hanging out, that's what I used to do. Just kind of random kind of bro-y ego lifting, not even with like any real schedule or anything like that. So I think that's why I'm benefiting so much right now, because I've never taken the gym so seriously, and now finally I'm in here and I'm really pushing it and really reaping the benefits. I figure we'll throw a little bit of abs in here too while we're at it. You know, why not? Let's get after it. I love hitting this because it targets the lower abs, and lower abs just don't get worked as often in a lot of ab moves. A lot of ab moves are actually really focused on the upper more than anything, like crunches and everything. You're always working that upper section a lot more. You hit the mid a little bit more, but yeah, lower. Anything where you're kind of using your legs and moving your legs to curl up in is where you're using that lower, like hanging leg raises, laying leg raises. Yeah. So I like mixing this in, and as you get better and better at it, you know, you can do more and more advanced. Like starting out, it was just these guys, and it's making sure that you're getting over this 90 degree. It's up here where you're actually curling up and in that you really start to feel it, and then it's building on top of that to where you're able to do straight legs. To finish things off, we're going to be doing these sumo squats. Again, I'm not sure what the actual move is called, but I'm just grabbing a single heavy dumbbell, holding it below, and getting up into the movement. Make sure I'm kind of squeezing at the top here. I'm going with a 90-pound dumbbell today. We'll see how it feels. I might have to jump up. I think I will. But with this being at the end of everything, I might be tired out enough that it's right. This is a really good way to train glutes and the posterior chain all together, and it helps change the center of mass as opposed to if you're barbell back squatting. So this will actually help take some load off the knees and everything if you got some sensitive knees. But it also just helps you get really low. crazy glute activation. So we're back at the house. Missed a big part of the day, like on here wise. So we worked out 1 second. We got our leg day in, leg day complete. 43 minutes, 301 calories. So just over 300 calories. That was kind of the goal, to hit at least 300. 300 is my minimum threshold always. So legs got hit pretty hard for how like few sets I did. It was less about the sets for me on this one and more about the intensity. We went pretty damn heavy, and yeah, I really felt it. I did not record the first meal of the day. I got a kind of ready-made breakfast burrito. I used the AI function on Macro Factor to kind of guesstimate exactly what that was like calorie-wise, and then I grabbed myself a almond milk latte, and that was it so far today. Worked for a while, work done, back home. Now, I'm gonna go to the driving range. I'm gonna work on my golfing skills. I've been working on a few things, just compression, and this isn't a golf channel, so I won't get into it too much, but definitely working on my technique a lot more. This allows me to, continually burn the calories. This is an activity that I like to do, and I think that's one of the biggest hacks. If you have any hobbies, anything that are even like partially active, and that could be like literally hiking, if you like tossing the frisbee around with friends, football around with friends, like, or even just walking around parks and stuff. If that is your hobby, like, get after it, you know what I mean? When you have an active hobby, you get out there, you have fun, you burn calories, and in reality, you don't even realize that you're burning those calories. So today so far, 650 calories burned, well on our way to hitting that 1,000. I have zero doubt that after going and practicing for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, that we will push past the 1,000 calories. So that's the plan for the rest of this afternoon. I'm just changing. I got comfy for a little bit, watched some anime, hung out, snacked on some baby carrots. Not too worried about that. All in all, on the day, we're probably looking at like close to 800 calories, I'd say. I'll put up a screenshot of macro factors so far today, and we'll go by that. But if I had to guesstimate from what I know so far, I'd say about 800. So plenty of calories to play with for the rest of the evening. So we'll see what's up for dinner. But for right now, time to get out there, play some golf. One of the biggest things I think I've learned recently is it's pretty likely that, I for sure underestimate sometimes the amount of calories that I'm eating. And it's decently likely that, a good majority of us might be as well, because I don't think a lot of us consider the calories that we put into certain things. Like, for instance, the coffee in the morning, right? First off, if you're going to Starbucks and you're just grabbing a frap or something, you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, those things are 400 calories for like the smallest size, and then you start like getting crazy with it, and you do like the, what is it, caramel crunch or whatever, caramel ribbon. Do they still even have that one? I don't know. Point here is shitload of calories, right? And so, like, if that's something that you just frequently have, like it's a kind of semi-non-negotiable, like, you are going to start your day off with liquid calories of excess 400 or more. So not only that, but like if you do it at home, when you're counting your calories, if you're counting your calories, I think if you're getting serious, you should probably try and count calories, just so you leave nothing to chance, But if you are indeed counting your calories, when you make that coffee at home, are you counting the syrup, the milk? Are you counting all of that? Or is all of that just kind of like, I'm having a splash, so it's really not that many calories, or whatever it might be, So, especially if you're doing a latte or something, like the espresso shot itself, extremely low calorie, and that's great and all. But, yeah. Are you adding everything else in there? Same with like if you're having,
anything, you know? Do you have sauce on it? Do you have veggies on it? Do you have, um, are you counting the cheese that's being added into it? Like, whatever it might be, you just gotta make sure that you're adding those in. If you cook with, instead of a spray, an oil, are you counting that blotch of oil? How much is in that blotch of oil? You know? All those little things. Like, I thought they were too small to count up. The only thing I won't count up is if I'm throwing veggies into something. Like, if I'm throwing bell peppers or jalapenos or onion into something, unless I'm throwing a whole freaking thing in, then maybe. But even a heaping handful is like 20 calories. So I don't know. To me, I don't know if that's enough to merit a true, genuine tracking of veggies. But yeah, if you're using oil and everything, tablespoon of oil, I forget how much it is, 80 to 120, somewhere in there. It's insanity. And so for me, recently, I think that's one of the biggest things that I've found is that calories sneak up sometimes. Very tight right now. Oh. I think I'll leave it at that, just so I can get to this before the sun really starts dipping down. It's already kind of getting back there. But yeah, I'm just gonna be swinging, working on consistency here more than anything. Really making sure that we're starting to get repeatable results. Because once you're able to repeat in golf, that's when you can really start experimenting and changing exactly what you're doing to get a perceived outcome. Really shallow, not coming down enough. So I'll throw a few shots into some nice little hits I get going. Other than that, though, probably catch you guys at the end of this so we can talk about how many extra calories we got in right here. There we go. That was a beauty. Man, that was great. Should have paid attention to the distance on that. Whoops. Let's see if we can do it again. Jumped a little too much on that one, but a pretty decent hit again. All right, we are wrapping up. Let's check in. I only got 48 minutes in. I think I forgot to start this because there's no way I only got in 48 minutes. So I'm guessing I started and then realized and then started it. But 48 minutes, 226 calories, so I'm not bad. Because I do a lot of driving when I'm here because I really want to get my drive dialed in. But I don't know if you could tell, but we timed this pretty well. Sun is almost down. On the day, we were at 956 calories. So heading home now. Gonna grab some din din. And we're in a good spot because 956 with some evening left, we're set. So definitely going to be over the 1,000 today. Very excited. I think we will weigh in tomorrow, and I think we will see that we are a little down again. We had the slight uptick today, and I think that's just because we went a little heavy on carbs, and with all the sweating we had from that insane biking session, I think we're holding on to a touch of water. So went pretty crazy on the water today. That should help flush everything, and as long as we don't go crazy on carbs, I think we're gonna be looking good for tomorrow. But I'll catch you guys at home, and we'll see what we're freaking doing for dinner, because right now I don't know. Probably some chicken breast or something. So many options with chicken breast, I'm telling you. Just gotta get creative.
All right, I wasn't kidding. Tonight we are doing some air fried chicken breast. I'm gonna go pretty hefty on it. I want to bump up my protein quite a bit because that burrito was decently light on protein. Didn't really get me too much. So I'm doing 418 grams here of chicken. And then on the side, we got some waffle cut sweet potato fries. These are freaking awesome. They're lower calorie. They use less oil in them. So they're awesome and they taste freaking delicious. Perfect side to go with your chicken or other protein. Only going about 100 grams on this one just to keep it evened out. 640 calories, 96 grams of protein. That's perfect. 17 fat and only 24 carb. Had a few leftover calories to go, so I have a sweet tooth, you guys already know. So I went with some strawberries and some dark chocolate to fill my cravings, I went with 200 grams of strawberry and a few pieces of this chocolate, and it only ended up coming out to 117 extra calories. Perfect for taking away any cravings. That's all for today. Catch you in the next one. Look better, feel better, be better.